Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this video, I'm gonna be talking about sleep and how you could potentially get less sleep and actually feel better. And this I've actually put into like practice myself. Like I've been doing it for like over a week and a half. And basically the idea is not to use your alarm. And I know some people are gonna be like how am I gonna wake up and all that stuff, but like just hear me out. So basically the reason why you don't want to use your alarm is and especially if you have like a loud alarm that like abruptly like wakes you up. So think about this for a second. You're in like a rested state, you're like completely relaxed, you're in a deep sleep cycle, and then all of a sudden your alarm rings and it just like puts you in like this fight or flight state basically, and you just get up like abruptly and your whole sleep cycle is just like messed up. The reason why this is bad is because you don't want to go from a completely relaxed state and then just putting your body in like this is almost like fight or flight state, like I said, and it senses like danger, like it's almost scared. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but personally I have the default like iPhone alarm. I don't know if it would be different for if you had like a more softer alarm that sort of gradually gets louder as it goes on, or even like a soft alarm in general. But when my alarm rings, like I do feel like it's almost like you feel scared because you're in that fight or flight state. Like I personally do feel scared. And how I know this is because I'm literally like, as soon as it rings, I get up. Like I'm just like searching for my phone. Like I don't even know where, but like I'm just trying to find it and just like turn it off as soon as possible. And if I get up like a couple minutes beforehand, so let's say I wake up at 4, right? So let's say I'm up at 3:55. I check what time it is and it's like 3:55, and I'll just like stay there, like wait for the alarm to ring, and I'll have my phone by my side because I want, like, as soon as I hear even like a little noise, I'm just gonna press the button, shut it off, because I really don't want the alarm to go off. But like I truly wasn't thinking about like why I don't want it to go off. And when I did think about it, it's because physically, like, my brain is scared. Yeah, physically or mentally. Like I'm actually scared. Like I really don't want it to go off because it's just a super loud noise that I don't want to hear early in the morning. So now, if you just think about it that way, like your circadian rhythm, or not your circadian rhythm, but like when you're in imagine you're in a deep sleep cycle and your body's like, you have sleep cycles. So if you guys don't know this, you have like these sleep cycles, and sometimes you might find yourself like at the end of a sleep cycle, you might just like wake up randomly in the middle of the night, but like you can easily just like fall back asleep too. And so when you're in the middle of that deep sleep cycle, you don't want to get up during that, especially not abruptly. Because what I've noticed personally is when that does happen, my whole day, no matter how much sleep I've gotten, like sometimes I'll get like 9-10 hours of sleep, and I'll just be feeling like super groggy, like not like well rested at all. And I'm just like, how is this even possible? Because I'm getting more than enough sleep for sure. And it's just like, it was just really hard to understand. Now, where I actually sort of thought about, like, got this idea from, like, it's sort of, I already knew, but like I heard it on Mobcast. Like if you guys know who James and Sush are, they have a podcast called Mobcast, and basically James was talking, it's a good podcast by the way, you guys should check it out. And basically James was talking about how, back in the day, there was no alarm clocks. Like people used to just get up naturally, right? It was like sunrise to sunset to sunrise. Like you would sleep in that time period, that period of time, and it was like your circadian rhythm was adapted to that. So you just naturally get up. And so this is what I've started doing recently. Well, if I wake up, so I'll set my alarm, so I want to wake up at 4, right, usually. But what I've done is actually I've set my alarm to 4:15, which is like the latest that I have to just get up by. So now if I get up before that, that's optimal for me. So I started getting up at like if I wake up at like 3:50 or like 3:30, I'll just, I'll just rest a little, like calmly just get up, like, wake my body up calmly. And what I've noticed is even if I get like 5.5 hours of sleep, which is typically how much sleep I get on a school night, um, even if I get like 5.5 hours of sleep, sometimes even just 5 hours of sleep. One time I woke up at 3, and I just, just woke up at 3 because I didn't want to fall asleep again and then wake up with be awakened by the alarm. And so I just woke up at 3, and that whole day I guess I probably got like 5 hours of sleep that day, or maybe even like 4.5 hours of sleep. But I felt refreshed, like surprisingly. So it was like I only got this much sleep. So this whole time I was thinking, okay, I'm getting only 5.5 hours of sleep, so that's probably why I'm feeling tired, which may be a factor for some people. But but then I've started doing this for like a week and a half, and I've noticed like a big difference, So typically in the morning when I did used to wake up with an alarm, so I wake up at 4 a.m., go to the gym, come back, and my first class is at like 9 a.m. And by that time, I would just be feeling tired again, like, and then the whole day I was just like dragging myself throughout the rest of the day, trying to get through it. And that's also a factor in why like I just didn't want to record YouTube videos anymore, because I'm just feeling tired, and like it's just I'm just lazy, like I just don't want to do anything. And now that I have stopped using my alarm, or some days where, some days I just have to use an alarm, so I can notice the difference. Like I'll be feeling way more refreshed, even on much less sleep, which is very surprising. So yeah, that's what I would say. Like, try this out for yourself. Okay, so just hear me out real quick. Now, I'm not saying like go and just like sleep for like 4 hours. If you typically are from like 10 to, I don't know, 8, no, that's too much. Let's say you sleep from like 11 to like 6 or 7 a.m. Don't just go and be like, okay, 4 hours of sleep, I'm just gonna wake up like much earlier. So if you typically wake up at like 7, don't just wake up at 3, because that's a big difference. Like you can go to sleep. But all I'm saying is, if you do wake up beforehand, just like check the time real quick. If it's like just, maybe like 30 minutes before, like try waking up at that time. Like just try it out for a few days. See the difference. Like you might actually feel better. And in terms of sleep quantity, I would say everyone is different. So like for me, I don't think I need that much sleep. Like if I can get 6 hours of good sleep, like I'll be good for the day. Like I can function really well. Especially when I'm dieting right now, I can really notice it. So being in a calorie deficit obviously makes you really like, tired and stuff like that. But ever since I've started doing this, even being in a calorie deficit, like I feel great, like honestly. And before, even when I was in a calorie surplus, I would just be really just like sort of like beat up in a sense, like, and I just didn't know what it was. I was like, what, like, am I just not recovering well? And obviously sleep is really important for like brain and like muscle recovery and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say just try it out. Set your alarm to like the max that you would, the latest that you would want to be up by. And if you get up, if you're sleeping at the same time every day, getting up at the same time every day, your body's most likely going to be adapted. Like your circadian rhythm is most likely going to be adapted to that. So set your alarm a little bit later, the latest that you would want to get up. And I know people have these like bunch of extra alarms. They have like 10 different alarms. Like, don't do that. Like, just set one alarm. just get up at that time. And if you wake up beforehand, get up beforehand. I'm telling you guys, like, this has made a big difference for me. So, and I've never really heard other people talking about this as much. Um, so yeah, I thought I would make a video on it and tell you guys to try it out. And so yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys found that interesting, honestly, like, because this has made a big difference for me personally, and I think it could help a lot of people out, especially like people who are running low on sleep. Like if you can just set like if you're trying to get like 7 hours of good sleep, and you're just feeling like tired, you think you need more sleep, just try this out. Like, maybe just wake up, you might get like 6 hours of sleep, but if you wake up naturally and just get up at that time, you might just feel a whole lot better. And it might not even be like that you need more sleep, it might just be that the alarm is disrupting your sleep cycle, and it's just disrupting your natural like body function essentially. And so yeah, like you guys should try it out, honestly. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys found that helpful. If you guys did, please drop a like. It's really gonna help me out. Like, just do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you're not subscribed. And yeah, I hope you guys found it helpful. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.